Será que o Caike Pro é melhor do que o Ramon? Bom, bora dar uma olhada no que o Coach Greg, que para quem não conhece, além de coach de fisiculturismo, também é um fisiculturista profissional, IFBB Pro League, também já foi árbitro. Hoje ele não atua mais como árbitro, mas ele tem aquele olhar de arbitragem, então o cara conhece realmente um bom fisiculturista quando ele vê. Também compete desde os seus 17 anos, se eu não estou enganado. Então assim, esse é um cara que tem uma credencial aí muito grande para falar de fisiculturismo e ele acabou de postar um vídeo no seu canal elogiando muito o Caike Pro e talvez deixou a entender que possivelmente o Caike até seria melhor que o Ramon. Bom, bora dar uma olhada nisso nesse trecho aqui que eu tô trazendo legendado para vocês. As legendas não estão perfeitas, tá? Eu utilizei inteligência artificial, então pode ter alguns errinhos, principalmente na pronúncia do nome do Caike. Até o Coach Greg mesmo tá pronunciando errado o nome dele, ele ficou falando cake, que seria bolo, né? O bolo pro. E é isso aí.
And so of all the countries I'm aware of, I do believe Brazil has the greatest fans. They go ballistic for their heroes, and Caike Pro is the next one in line. Coach Greg, in today's video, it's about a bodybuilder, and he comes from Brazil. And no, it's not Ramon Dino, but perhaps it's the man who's going to take over. Ramon Dino's had his time at the top, or close to it, but he hasn't been able to come through. An amazing bodybuilder who at one point was the second best in the world, but could there be another Brazilian even better? Introducing Caike Pro. His name is Carlos de Oliveira. He speaks Portuguese. He speaks Portuguese. I don't know how to say it. Portuguese. He speaks English and another language that isn't Spanish. And when you see this man, you're thinking, how is this even possible? Bro is stage ready 2 months out from competition. And so in case you're wondering, he's now going to be competing in men's classic physique and formerly was a men's physique competitor. And so if you ask me what the best body type is in the world to compete in classic physique, it's guys who compete in men's physiques. All of them have very tiny waists, wide shoulders, and lots of muscle. And so as long as they have developed their quads, they're going to look amazing. Case in point, Logan Franklin. He made the switch from men's physique to men's classic physique. And how did that turn out? To answer your questions, does Carlos have amazing legs? The answer is yes. I first met this man in 2023. I looked at him and I said, "Are you an open class bodybuilder?" He says, "No, I'm in men's physique." And I was thinking, how is this possible? And so just so you get an appreciation of just how big this guy really is, this is him standing next to Coach Greg in 2023. And so he's retired from competing in men's physique and he's making the switch to men's classic physique. And so in case you're wondering, he's the same height as C-Bum, and so his weight cap, it's about 242 pounds. The man stands over 6'1", 186 centimeters tall. He's going to be making his classic physique debut in just a matter of weeks on May 10th and 11th at the Pittsburgh Pro. And in case you're wondering, yes, he can make his weight class. He's currently weighing in at 234 pounds. I was talking to him yesterday, and he plans to compete at around 229. That means he's leaving 13 pounds of muscle on the table. In men's physique, he's managed to place the top 6 twice at the Mr. Olympia. Those are some very impressive credentials. And so if he can add on more muscle, imagine the damage he can do in men's classic physique. Some voice.
I'm from Brazil. I was born in Brazil, but I currently live in the U.S. I'm always back and forth between the U.S. and Brazil, but I currently live in Florida right now.
And so he's from Brazil, but he's now living in the United States. He's currently living in Florida.
And I speak English, Portuguese, and a little bit of Spanish.
Un poco español. And so he doesn't speak 5 languages like Coach Greg, perhaps just 2.5. I speak French, English, Spanish, Japanese, and Gen Z.
Bruh. I actually trained with one of your friends, Eric. Such a cool dude.
And so Caike Pro, he trained with none other than Eric Janicki. And speaking of Caike, have you seen Eric Janicki? Look at the size of Caike Pro in comparison to Eric Janicki. Eric Janicki is a 2 260-pound super heavyweight bodybuilder. Caike Pro looks almost as big as even Eric. That is a lot of muscle between Eric Janicki and Caike Pro. It's absolutely ridiculous. Who's got more cake? I do believe Eric Janicki's got more glute development, but Caike Pro, look at how small his waist is. That comes from being a men's physique competitor. But look at the muscle, the width, the shoulders, the striations. And this is in his off season. He's not show ready. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone this lean this far out. And so if you've ever seen Eric in person, you're hard to believe that this is an actual human being. And so seeing as Caike Pro can stand next to Eric and not look small. Bro is holding his own. He's even more conditioned than Eric. That's telling you something. It's telling you he's ready to do some damage. I can't wait to see how he does in men's classic physique. Will he in fact win his classic physique debut? I do believe so. And how will he fare at the Olympia? Will he be the heir to the throne of being the best bodybuilder in Brazil? Ramon Dino versus Caike Pop. Who's coming out on top? In case you're wondering, this is without a proper tan. Imagine if he had the proper tan on stage. And I'm telling you, his legs are massive. When I first met him, all I could see was quads oozing out of his shorts. And I'm thinking, this is men's physique? Bro looks like a super heavyweight bodybuilder. Can he in fact put on more muscle? I mean, let's imagine if he has an off season and bulks up to say 9% body fat, allows himself to have a little bit more cake, a little bit more Caike Pop. Could we see him balloon up to perhaps 260, 270 pounds and diet down to a svelte 242? Imagine how much muscle these men's classic physique competitors have when Bro looks to be almost as big as Eric Janicki. And so no big deal, lifted up the shirt, striated obliques, abs, everything, not holding a single ounce of body fat. And I think what stands out the most on this guy is the level of detail in his chest, the fullness of the chest, the shoulders, and the striations. From the sternum to the clavicle, all you see are striations, fingers running through and fro. And doing the pec deck, are you kidding me? The amount of definition, the size, vascularity, everything. Bro currently has the death face. You can see the cheekbones protruding. There's no water retention on his face whatsoever. Bro is bone dry. And holding the shirt to the side, all you see are the striations. Biceps, delts, pecs, the fullness. I have never seen Ramon Dino look this shredded, and he's not even made it to the show. Add to that the abdominals. I mean, bro. And in case you're worried, and as Urs likes to say, show the legs. Here he is showing the legs. Clearly, they're well developed. Look at the striations in the triceps. This is not even in contest shape. That's from April 9th. That's over 4 weeks out. And this is his conditioning. And so people send me photos every single day. Hey, how do I look? Not lean enough. If you're a bodybuilder, you're a competitor, you need to get shredded. This is shredded. You're not shredded. And so you can claim all you're like, hey, it's just water weight or you're spilled over and so on. No, you're not. You're just not shredded. If you diet enough, I don't care what your skin color is going to be, you're going to look peeled. Look at the legs. I mean, come on. Most muscular. This is like 5 weeks out. He's dancing. He's flexing like this. He looks like a mass monster. And turning from the rear, look at the cake. Bro, are you kidding me? What is happening right now? Look at his back. Look at the smallness of the waist. Development of the glutes, the striations. Everything is so freaking tight on this man's skin. Where is the water? There isn't any. How is he looking this good this many weeks out? March 26th, Mr. Olympia 08 says, dem boys in trouble. That's for frigging sure. This one's gonna be something special, we promise. No friggin' doubt. And look who chimes in, none other than Vivi Winkler. Espectacular. And so of all the countries I'm aware of, I do believe Brazil has the greatest fans. They go ballistic for their heroes, and Caike Pro is the next one in line. And bro, you better be careful shaving. One small slip up, one small nick, it's game over. When you're this lean, anything can happen. A paper cut could be the end of him. You gotta be careful. And so looking forward to seeing his debut. Currently has 1.3 million followers on Instagram. You can also follow Caike Pro on YouTube. He currently has 240,000 subscribers. If Caike Pro does in fact win and make it to Olympia, hopefully he'll then add in Turk Builder Max as well as GO2 Max. The T-Plug's back. He's got 13 pounds of muscle left to put on. And so if he can put on even half of that, look for him to do serious damage at the Mr. Olympia.